All of the dark clouds that have me down. It's gonna be a bright.
It's gonna be a good one. I could tell.
How do you like John Legend? You're into John Legend, right?
Everyone loves John Legend.
New commercial where he's like singing that song in the background. It's voice of an angel.
Yeah.
Let's do what I was gonna do in the cold open. All right. I want to tell you some jokes for as long as you can stand it.
Okay.
Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
I don't know why.
In case they get a hole in one.
Oh, wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. Okay, next.
What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
I don't know what.
Sophisticated.
I kind of like these. I'm not gonna lie. These aren't that bad.
How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
I have no idea.
You follow his Fresh Prince.
That was good. I like that one. All right, we can start the show though, because I
really thought he would hate this. Honestly, I thought he would just sit there meh everything.
No, I love stupid jokes.
What did the 0 say to the 8?
I don't know what.
That belt looks tight.
Oh shit! So this means we are officially old, right? If we're laughing at this,
we're just dads, man. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Yeah, happy belated Father's Day.
Yeah. All right, you ready to start the show?
Wait, shout out to my kids. They made me this shirt.
Okay.
This is one of my Father's Day gifts, man.
Shout out, nice. Look at that.
I love it.
That's actually pretty fresh. I like that. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
Nothing?
No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's start the show, shall we?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get this crowd going. Now, come on, get him up, get him up, get him up. Hawks on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Lofa to Tupu is up in the mix.
Go Hawks.
I'm just about that action, boss.
Takes the snap. He's going to throw down the middle. What a catch!
It's intercepted by Lofa to Tupu.
Holy catfish!
Hey, that's great football now.
It's going to work now. Let's keep playing.
Who's got my back? I got your back.
That's Lofa.
We're playing.
Trouble playing. Thunder. On 1, ready, play.
Russell looking. Russell scrambling. Pump faking. Still looking. Now he spins out.
We got to play, baby.
35-40. Down the far sideline. He's still moving. He's going to go. Yes.
20, 10. They do it again. Touchdown. Touchdown. Seahawks.
It's the Seahawks podcast on the Believe Sports Network. I'm Brett Davern. He's Lofa Tatupu. You ready to do the show, buddy?
Let's do it, partner.
All right, on today's episode, lessons learned from Seahawks minicamp. Lofa's Nets are out of the playoffs, and besides Lofa and his pops, let's talk about some of the best father-son duos in the world of sports. If you got ideas on that or anything else, questions, comments, or anything, you can hit us up. Seahawkspod@gmail.com is the email for the show. Also, follow us on any social media at Believe in Seahawks. We got new handles, everybody. It's at Believe in Seahawks. Don't worry if you were already following our accounts, you're still following our accounts. It's just that the name has changed. It's now just at Believe in Seahawks, spelled our way, BLEAV, and then IN, and then the word Seahawks. And you guys should know how to spell that by now. If you're listening on a podcast app, go ahead and comment and subscribe and tell all your friends about us. It really helps us out. And thanks again to Brinks TV for making all of our cool graphics happen now and all of that kind of stuff. Man, we look so professional, Lofa. It's pretty awesome.
Come a long way, partner.
Yeah, we have. Hey, speaking of, doing business around here, let me go to the live read here and tell you about our sponsor, betonline.ag. Let me read the paper. Feel free to improv or riff about betting, or you can just say, and now a word from our sponsor. The month of June is heating up. It sure is out there, everybody. The car said 120 this last weekend, Lofa.
Oof.
Yeah.
Sweltering.
Just dry heat. So
just try 120.
Dry heat. The month of June is heating up with a ton of exciting sports action, and BetOnline is where you can find it, from basketball to hockey playoffs to baseball. Marquee matchups, MMA. You got the Logan Paul brothers fighting again, probably somewhere. I don't know. But you can bet on it on betonline.ag. They got all the latest odds, news, and information for all of your online sports betting needs. Visit the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit when you use our promo code.
Believe, spelled BLEAV.
So before the next tip-off, face-off, or pitch, head over to Bet Online and start playing today. Bet Online, your online sports book experts. Okay, Lofa, let's talk about some minicamp again. I know you love talking about shorts and shirts. It's your favorite part of the football season. But something happened during Pete Carroll's press conference that was cringy, and it wrapped up minicamp, and I'm cringed out by it. A lot of Seahawks Nation is cringed out by it. You've seen the video. Russell Wilson decided to crash Pete Carroll's press conference with a little photo bomb. Also, shout out to John Schneider for throwing the peace sign in there.
That was awesome. Seeing John was the best part.
His contribution for the photo bomb. But, I mean, you know, Russell says they're still friends. He jumps in, he says, we're still friends, just messing with y'all. And they take this weird, awkward family photo together. And a lot of fans think it was cringy, like I said, Lofa. Was it?
It was. I mean, when you open it up to play it, it was everything I expected from what you described. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we should be a little happier, right? It seems like Russ is happy, and that's what we needed to happen. So, yeah. But you know, Pete did have that little, you know, hey, he's like, hey, get out of here. You know, you had your press conference.
Yeah. Weird reaction from Pete Carroll. Look, I think Russell Wilson's not cool, everybody. I'm sorry. He's our quarterback. He's QB1. We love him to death. He won a Super Bowl for us and all of that stuff. And, you know, come on. I'm the biggest Seahawks fan in the world, but Russell Wilson is not cool. He's never going to be cool. Stop looking for him to be cool. He's cringy. This is what he does. Have you ever seen Mr. Unlimited online? It's the cringiest thing I've ever seen. He should start calling himself Mr. Cringe because he's cringy, but he plays QB well, and that's all we should care about, right, Lofa?
Damn right, brother. I mean, but it is a little awkward, you know, when like Mr. Unlimited comes out, or you know, when that guy makes an appearance, it's different, right?
Listen, I've got videos of myself from back in the day in high school, junior high, elementary school, doing all the talent shows and all the school musicals and all this stuff, putting myself up on stage, much like Russell is when he crashes the press conference there. And a lot of my moments are cringy too, because I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to make everyone feel comfortable and everything like that. And that's what he's trying to do. But it's a little too much. It's not coming off the way it's intended, and he's just got to stop. Just go play football, win some games, all will be great. I
mean, but was he always cringy, or is it since he became a dad? Because, you know, that's what we have going for us right now with our dad jokes.
Look,
you know?
I think much like a younger Brett Davern, it's kind of always been a little cringy sometimes. And we have to just learn to live with it, man. I think, you know, he's never been the coolest. And so sometimes the things he does, it comes off like this.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're joking, having fun with each other, you know. And so I'm excited. I think Seahawks Nation should just be thrilled that that's going on.
Yeah, and also John Schneider, by the way, is cool. And his little moment of jumping in there with the peace sign, it comes off funny and cool, and we all love it because, see, Russell, he's cool. You know, wearing
take notes.
Wearing the championship belt after the Super Bowl, like everything John Schneider does is cool. You know,
yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Right. Let's move on. Okay, to more minicamp stuff here. Daryl Taylor, quote unquote, was a real highlight. That's what Pete Carroll said about Daryl Taylor in minicamp. I mean, we didn't get to see him at all last year. He was injured. He's basically coming in as a rookie, just, you know, sort of because he didn't play last year at all. So he's actually even like working out with all the rookies and everything Pete said. And they're taking a look at him at strong side linebacker, not just at defensive end where he was drafted, of course. I mean, what do you think about Daryl Taylor being, quote unquote, a real highlight? And what's it take to play strong side backer for the Hawks?
I mean, meh. We should rename it Meh Knee Camp. Maybe. There's a dad joke for you.
I love that. Me Cam.
Well, yeah, it's like telling me a D line or O lineman was dominant, with no pads on. It's like, yeah, okay, well, we don't know until the pads come on. But do we have any comments of like what did he do that stood out? Because I mean, it's really not that glorious of a job. No offense, Sam linebackers out there. You got to set the edge and hang out and watch Bobby and KJ or the Mike and the Will make tackles. So, but I mean, it's cool to hear that a guy that's making a transition, a second round pick a year ago, didn't see time because of injuries, that he's making the transition well and they have confidence in him. But we'll see what that means. I'm waiting to see when the pads come on because you can't hide when the pads come on, especially not at that position.
I hear you, but let me float a theory your way. Do you think possibly that they are grooming Darrell Taylor and hoping that he can step into the Sam spot so that Jordan Brooks can slide into the Will spot, and then they don't have to re-sign our man KJ Wright, no matter how heartbroken we'd be about that? Do you think they're kind of hoping that that's what happens?
Well, I mean, they're hoping to get younger at the positions, at all the positions, right? I mean, and so they're hoping that he can make the transition that Bruce Irvin did. Bruce was a little higher of a pick, being a first round, but Bruce, that is a tough to change positions, and go from hand in the ground to stand up. Now there's some thought that requires going on, and then it's just making that transition to the pass drop and trying to carry over to all facets of the game. And so I thought Bruce did a great job, and I think they probably see maybe some similar characteristics, the height, the speed, and the athleticism, and they can try to mold them into what we have with Bruce.
Yeah. Well, in any case, Darrell Taylor is a name that you're going to hear a lot all throughout training camp as they watch him develop and we watch him develop. So keep your eye on him, zone in on him, if you will, as we move towards the regular season here. Moving on, do the Seahawks have too many wide receivers? Because we got a lot.
Nah, I mean, just like we didn't have too many tight ends last year, right? things happen, and I don't think so. You can never have enough depth, and but it's there's a couple guys that shine that you're going to mention in a couple seconds, and that does bring into play. Where does Eskridge fit in? Because you don't take a guy that high and not want to throw him the ball a good amount of times.
Well, the reason I bring it up, like you said, is because Penny Hart, who is in his second or third year, I think third, apparently lit up minicamp, just making all kinds of hard catches and on balls that were slightly overthrown. He's laying out for it in the end zone and stuff. And again, I know it's shirts and shorts and everything, but if there was a real bright spot or like it's sort of a diamond in the rough, if you will, of minicamp, apparently it was Penny Hart. And, like I said, I don't know how much stock we put into it, but Pete Carroll says, quote, he's a guy you can count on. He plays a lot of special teams, and he's a guy who's just trying to make the team sort of. And I don't know, cool to hear the young guy doing well out there.
No, that's awesome. And I mean, like you said, alluded to special teams. There's a lot of guys that they don't get it, right? They don't realize that that's how they're going to make the team. I mean, you look back at even two of our best receivers during the Super Bowl years, Curse and Baldwin, they were dominant on special teams. Doug was out there blocking kicks. Curse was making tackles. And that's what you have to do as the fourth, fifth, sixth receiver, depending on how many you keep. And so, if I'm excited about anything on top of the footballs he's catching in minicamp, it's that he wants to play special teams. And those are the things that help make a room better.
Yeah. Who's one of those scrappy guys that you played with back in the day who was like a make the team any way you can kind of guy?
Oh, what position? What do you...
I don't know, anybody. It could have been a receiver just trying to get on as a gunner or whatever. Who was like a guy back in your day that was just one of those like Rudy style guys with the heart and moxie?
No, get the hell out of here with Rudy. Come on, man.
Sorry. Notre Dame reference. My bad.
Yeah. There you go again. Bring up Notre Dame. Well, I mean, the guy we just talked about a week ago and that released the book, Pivot to Win. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that Division II, right? And then from there, didn't get invited to the combine. And then from there, he shined in the Cactus Bowl because he embraced several roles. kick return, punt return. These were things that he had never done, but he did it his senior year to get more notice. And I'm talking about big play Babs, Jordan Babineau. He's one of the first people that come to mind in terms of, not really given a shot. He gets here, he gets injured. So, well, look, now I'm about to give away like the whole book. I can't tell the whole story, but he went through
several. By the way, Pivot to Win. Check it out on Amazon, everybody. Pick it up.
Yeah, but he went through several injuries to start his career, and that's not a good way when you're undrafted. They say you can't make the club in the tub, and all that means is if you're constantly in the training room, you're not on the field, and then the next step is off the field. Like, okay, we'll see you later, pack your bags. But the guy just kept coming back and kept, getting better. Played safety, played corner. He did whatever they asked him to do, and he dominated special teams, and that's how he made it.
Oh yeah, ask Romo about that.
Yeah, right.
Ask Romo about Babineau on special teams and his effort and his will and his motor. Tony knows.
Oh man, yeah. So I mean, that's and yeah, then there you have it. You summed it up perfectly. A special teams play that saved our season and advanced us to the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, man. Back to the wide receivers, though. I mean, they got 13 on the roster right now. I know it's just minicamp, so they're going to have more than they're obviously going to keep. But how many do you think they keep going in the regular season?
I mean, I think usually they'll keep at least 6, 7. It's kind of like the number. I think that unless a couple guys really stand out, but then you're taken away from other positions. So we've generally kept like 7, sometimes 8 linebackers if there's 2 studs towards the end of the depth chart, but they're going to do big things on special teams and they can play all 4, all core 4. So so I can't tell you exactly how many I think they'll keep, but it's definitely a position group that we should be zoning in on when we go to camp.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. I mean, you got to think, Metcalf obviously on the team, Lockett, Eskridge.
Yeah, I think they made the team.
Swain. And then, I mean, maybe Hart or one of these undrafted guys like Weddington or something like that. So it's going to be fun to watch the wide receiver group as we head into training.
And Weddington was a kid, was he, if I'm not mistaken, was that the kid that he had more money offered to go elsewhere, right? But he
chose
to come to the Seahawks?
Yeah, he wanted to be a Seahawk, yeah. Local product too, so rooting for him.
Yeah.
More position competition. The cornerback position is wide open. That's the quote from Pete Carroll, quote unquote, wide open.
You sure one's not locked down?
I don't know. I mean, he says it's wide open, man. And there's lots of different types of guys. Some are big, some not so big. Some of those tall, sort of prototypical Seahawk cornerbacks. Some aren't. But yeah, Pete says it's wide open there. And for the first time in a long time, right, that we can't just kind of pencil in who we think it's going to be.
Well, we don't believe that Reed's got one of those positions.
I mean, you and I think he does, but Pete Carroll said it's wide open. So what is
did he forget what Reed did? Like, look, unless
no,
Reed
you bring up a good point though. So what does DJ Reed think about after hearing his head coach?
Well, DJ Reed doesn't need any more motivation than being undrafted, and then going on practice squad, and then us coming to get him. And I mean, and he just did what he does. Like, he's a baller, and so so he doesn't need any more motivation. But it's unless he comes in, unless he's hurt or comes in out of shape, there's no way he's not starting. I mean, I'm right now, zone it in, lock it up.
All right, no, that's what I was going to ask you. Who the starting duo is going to be?
Those odds are on BetOnline AG. Go check it out.
We might as well look into our crystal ball. So, all right, I'll pencil in Reed for one of them for you. But there's a lot of other guys there. There's Demarius Randall. We signed him to the 1-year deal. And then you got Marquise Blair, who, is listed as safety, but has played some cornerback for us and stuff. And he's coming back off the ACL. Trey Brown, obviously the rookie that we got. Trey Flowers is still here. The battle of the Treys out there at DB. So
yeah. Well, I'm most intrigued about Randall. I don't know why we didn't see any of him last year. The guy is a phenomenal athlete. Averaged 3 or 4 interceptions, each year in the league when he was a starter. So I just wonder what's going on there. Remember, every week last year that we were doing a new podcast, I was like, where is this guy? Why, with all the injuries, Shaq was injured. Even I think Reed was out of the lineup for maybe a game, but I was like, where is Randall? Like, why have we not just seen him out there? And I don't know. It's that's the one that I want to see in camp the most, on top of the new guy, Trey Brown.
Yeah, totally. And Witherspoon too, who they signed, right? So
Yeah. Yep.
him as well. So fun competitions at different positions. And like I said, like positions that we haven't seen really a lot. I feel like sometimes we kind of know at cornerback, or at least last year we thought we knew. And then the whole Quentin Dunbar thing, I mean, how much of a disappointment was that? Right. So,
yeah. And then Shaq was out of the lineup for like 5 weeks, So.
Yeah, it's definitely a position that they needed to improve, on performance-wise from last year a little bit. So,
yeah, as a unit, I believe. But there's one guy that just showed up every week at corner, man, DJ Reed.
Yeah. Okay, well, so you got him in at one of them. So then we got to lock you down. Who's the other one going to be?
Well, they're going to give the new guy every chance, to show what he can do, and he looks like a fantastic football player. But it's the big leagues now, so we'll see how steep that learning curve, and if he's up for the challenge. I think so. Based off his highlights and the film I saw, again, I only saw YouTube and the draft clips, but he was challenging people in their face, making plays. So that's the ball hawk that Pete loves. Those are the kind of DBs that he loves seeing. Even though he's not prototypical like 6'2", like the guys that we've had in the past. There is a 6'3" corner still out there. I think he's, a couple towns over in Redmond or somewhere around here.
Yeah.
I will go knock on his door if you guys need me to.
Sort of went to Stanford, outspoken individual.
Just the most interceptions since he came in the league, if you like that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep our eye on that. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take him. I'll take him right now. I'm going to pencil in Witherspoon at the other starting spot, and you're going to pencil in the rookie Trey Brown.
No, I said I want to see Randall, so I'm going to pencil in Randall. I'm talking just off sheer athleticism and the size and speed that we love. That's who I think is going to get some more chances on top of the young guy. But that's who I think can compete with Trey for that spot.
All right. Let's move out of the NFL, okay, and on to some other things from the world of sports, because your Nets are out, man.
Oh, yeah.
I went over to betonline.ag. I put the house on the Nets. I put the kids' college fund on the Nets. I was all in on the Nets because Lofa Tubu told me that the Nets were going to win the NBA championship.
There was like seven injuries.
Oh, schminjuries. They folded like a house of cards.
Wow.
No, not really. They took the Bucks to overtime in Game 7. Herculean effort from Kevin Durant, former Supersonic. But the Nets are out, man. Are you surprised they're out?
Yeah. Even when Harden came back, I thought that was enough. KD had enough firepower with them to beat these guys and at least buy time for Kyrie to come back. And, hats off to the Nets. I mean, to the Bucks.
Bucks.
Middleton, Giannis, those guys are beasts. And so we'll see how they do going forward, though.
Yeah. How happy are the Bucks that KD wears 18s and not 17s? I mean, dude, that was right. Like that was like half an inch toes on the line for the first buzzer beater that he hit.
Game of inches.
Woo! So close, man. I in real time, it looked like a definite 2 all the way. But then when they showed that replay, it was a lot closer than I thought it was. Yeah. And then he just fell short on the final buzzer beater there. We talked about it on the last episode, but I root for Kevin Durant, man. I think Seattle drafted him. We get to claim him as ours still. I think I will, at least when I'm watching the NBA. I love watching him play. And I mean, just a monster game from him.
The last 2 games were insane.
He's incredible. As a former Sonics fan, I have to ask you a question. Is Kevin Durant maybe the best player to ever wear a Sonics uniform?
I mean, talent-wise, he didn't wear it long enough, though. I mean, but yeah, in terms of the guy's one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and I think he's proven that, this past year, man, incredible.
Yeah. Oh man, these pictures are breaking my heart.
I know, it's tough.
We're looking at Kevin, KD.
I think I still have that green one. I still have that green jersey. Yeah.
Man, how fun would that have been if they would have stayed? We'll get them back someday, but
but I mean, Westbrook, Durant, Harden, like could have watched all of them.
Yeah, I'm with you on the question that I asked. I think talent wise, I mean, maybe possibly because he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
All time. Yeah.
But in terms of Sonics, no, it's still the Glove and Cliff and Sean Kemp and
Rain Man.
Yeah. Hersey Hawkins from the corner, right?
Yeah.
My man Sam Perkins looking like he's falling asleep out there.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Hey, shall we zone in?
I mean, always. What's up?
Let's zone in, man. We do the zone in segment because Lofa's company is Zone In CBD. For all of your CBD needs out there, everybody, go to zoneincbd.com and use the actual promo code.
It's live. Believe. BLEAV.
Type in BLEAV for 20% off of your purchase at zoneincbd.com. And if you want to pick up Zone In CBD in person, you can do that at any Bartell drugstores up there in the Pacific Northwest. Let's zone in on father-son duos in honor of Father's Day from the world of sports. Who you got? What do you think?
I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
We obviously the Mannings, I think, is probably the most impressive in terms of first round. Both kids have Super Bowls. Yeah. Both have Super Bowl MVPs. So I don't think you really have to look much farther than that one.
Yeah, pretty good. Good.
I did. There's the Metcalfs. Then there's the Bosas.
You just wanted to see the picture of the Mannings. Hold on, we got to wait till the picture comes up.
Okay.
Where's that picture of? Where's the picture of the Mannings took at Sears?
Yeah. Is it coming up? Are we bringing it up?
With Archie, I don't know if we can get it that fast, but
we'll go back to it. But the Bosas,
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There's the photo
Look at that
of Archie and the boys. Look at the way Archie's holding the ball.
Very strong.
I wonder what he would even say about his own fundamentals.
That's pocket presence right there.
it's not very many points of contact, I don't think.
Meh. But so I mean,
out Cooper. Where's Cooper? Why is Cooper always getting left out?
Hey, Coop took the pick. Shout out to Coop. I said, Coop, we need you to take this pick real quick for us.
Mom hung up the sheet in the garage. Cooper took the picture.
Is that Stonewash background?
Hey, Dad.
You get that when you're in fourth grade?
Yeah, come on, Dad. Just get down on one knee. Nationwide's always on your side. Get down. Come on, I got you.
You do that way too well. But I look more into it. So their dad was a first-round pick. Both of them were top 5, they're top 5 overall. And then I think their mom's their uncle, I think their mom's brother, or there was there was another one in the family that was drafted in the top 3 or 4 rounds. So it's whole football family. And I mean, I gotta expect one of the Watts to have a kid that makes it to first round. Cause I mean,
it's funny to me how it was it felt so rare to have family members then play when I was growing up and stuff. I mean, it was a lot more rare. It almost is becoming common now. It seems like, I mean, I'm sure we'll see Russell Wilson's kid out there at some point. He's always putting up Instagram photos of him throwing bombs already. And outside of football though, I mean, you got Brett and Bobby Hull in the NHL.
Yeah.
That's a good father-son duo, right? Both Hall of Famers. They have to both be Hall of Famers. Bobby and Barry Bonds.
The Bonds. Yeah. Oh yeah. The kid. And his dad, the Griffies.
The Griffies. We can just start putting up a bunch of photos of the Griffies because the conversation stops there. I think it's because of their relationship they had on the field, and obviously playing on the field at the same time boosts them way up the conversation. It's not like Archie was ever going up against Peyton and Eli.
No. But I mean, we talked about it on one of these episodes when we were talking about Griffey. The back-to-back home runs, man.
Yeah.
We will never see anything cooler. I mean, unless LeBron and little Bronny win a championship together in LeBron's last year and Bronny's first year. Because, I mean, that could happen. That's 5 years from now, I think your boy could be the first overall pick. He probably will. And, I mean, let's get serious.
That
LeBron's
could be cool. I could get into that.
Yeah.
There's the back-to-back home runs, but there's this moment too, which I'm glad we switched photos perfectly there. This moment too, where Junior stole the catch from his old man out there in the outfield. That was pretty good. Like Senior's just kind of drifting under it lazily, and here comes Junior like a gazelle, just like smooth as ever, just glides right in front, one hands it,
Just snags it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I've never seen that one.
Oh,
Okay.
We'll have to show you that one on YouTube. Everybody needs to go look up the clip of Junior stealing the fly ball from his old man. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's a good moment. That was fun. And I think, like I said, to watch them play at the same time together and the fun that they were having out on the field just makes that, for me, them the number.
So father-son duo in sports, I mean, my man Kenny Norton and Kenny Norton Jr. Come on now, a champion, both champions.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and I mean,
sports too.
Yeah, right. So I mean, shout out to the Nortons, and then the Joneses. While they don't, it's not father son, but Chandler Jones, one of the most underrated pass rushers I've been saying for the last decade plus. John Jones Bones, one of the baddest man on the planet.
Yes,
UFC.
Yeah,
and then their younger brother too played D tackle. Got a ring with the Ravens.
Huh.
So all the Jones brothers are champions. Two Super Bowls, and then one just kicked everybody's ass in the world. Like, I mean, that's a pretty badass story right there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It feels like all the sports are just like big family reunions now. They're just they're all out there. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah. Tiki and Rondé. I mean, and so we're not father and son, but I mean, just some cool duos in sports. But yeah, you know what? Yep, change your mind. Mine's going to Kenny Norton and Kenny Norton Sr.
I like that. All right.
I mean, two champions, two different sports.
You got anything else to talk about before we wrap this thing up?
No, I can't think of nope.
All right. Then it's time to wrap up this episode of the Seahawks podcast. Thanks for listening out there, everybody. If you're listening on a podcast app, please comment and subscribe. Helps us climb all those lists out there and take over the podcast world. So we appreciate you doing that. If you have questions or comments, you can email us anytime. Seahawkspod@gmail.com. Lofa, this is a fun one. What do you want to break it down to?
It's your call. I think I did it last week. You're up.
I mean, what did you say about can't make the team from the tub, or what's that saying?
Can't make the club in the tub.
I like that. That's good advice as we move towards training camp here. So put your hands in the middle.
Good advice.
You can't make the club in the tub on 3. You can't make the club in the tub on me. 1, 2, 3. You can't
make the club in the tub.
tub.
Boom.
Bye, everyone.